Fruits carry two very different faces for people with diabetes, one that heals and one that harms. On one side, there are fruits rich in fiber and antioxidants that stabilize blood sugar, protect your heart, and even repair the damage diabetes causes to your nerves and kidneys. On the other side, there are fruits that look just as sweet and tempting, but flood your bloodstream with sugar, leaving your pancreas overworked and your organs at risk. The tricky part? Both types often sit side by side in the same kitchen, and most people can't tell them apart. In this video, we'll reveal which fruits act like powerful allies for your health, and which ones quietly sabotage it. We'll start with the best fruits every diabetic should eat, and then uncover the ones you must avoid. And stay tuned, because I'll also share simple, diabetic-friendly recipes you can start using right away. First on list, pomegranate. When most people see a pomegranate, they think of its jewel-like seeds as just a fancy garnish for salads or smoothies. But in reality, this ancient fruit is one of the most powerful allies for people living with diabetes. Despite being naturally sweet, pomegranate has a surprisingly low glycemic index of around 35, which means it raises blood sugar more slowly than most fruits. Its glycemic load per half-cup serving, about 87 grams of arils, is only 6, keeping it firmly in the safe range for diabetics. This balance between sweetness and stability is what makes it such a unique choice. You satisfy your taste buds without sending your glucose on a roller coaster ride. Nutritionally, half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds provides about 72 calories, 3.5 grams of fiber, 12% of the daily value, 1.5 grams of protein, 16 grams of carbohydrates, and 12 grams of natural sugar. It also supplies 10% of the daily value of vitamin C, 8% for vitamin K, 6% for folate, and 5% for potassium. But the richness goes deeper. This serving also provides 3% of the daily value for magnesium, 5% for copper, and 6% for manganese. For diabetics, these trace minerals matter. Magnesium helps improve insulin sensitivity, copper strengthens blood vessel integrity, and manganese supports enzyme activity involved in glucose metabolism. Together, they give pomegranate its unique edge in balancing blood sugar while protecting organs. For diabetics struggling with insulin resistance, pomegranate offers measurable relief. Research shows that its polyphenols help improve how insulin receptors respond, making glucose entry into cells more efficient. This means your body doesn't have to pump out extra insulin to get the same job done. Some studies even suggest that regular pomegranate consumption can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by 10 to 15%, a meaningful shift when you're working to lower A1C over time. The antioxidants in pomegranate also protect your nerves from the creeping damage of diabetic neuropathy, support your kidneys by reducing inflammation, and improve circulation, lowering the risk of diabetic foot complications. Cardiovascular health is another area where this fruit shines. Diabetes increases the risk of clogged arteries and heart disease, but pomegranate juice has been shown to reduce LDL cholesterol oxidation and improve blood flow. By keeping your arteries flexible and less inflamed, it protects against hypertension and heart attack risk. What's fascinating is how these benefits tie into hormones as well. By reducing nighttime oxidative stress, pomegranate helps stabilize melatonin, your sleep hormone, and antidiuretic hormone, or ADH, which controls how much water your kidneys release. For many diabetics struggling with disrupted sleep and frequent nighttime urination, this subtle balancing act can improve both rest and glucose control. Here's a myth worth clearing up. Many people believe pomegranate juice is off limits for diabetics because it's too sugary. The truth is, when consumed in moderation and preferably in its whole seed form, pomegranate delivers natural sugars packaged with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. This combination actually slows down absorption and stabilizes blood sugar compared to processed fruit juices or sweetened drinks. Here's a fun fact. In ancient Persian culture, pomegranate was called the fruit of paradise because it symbolized fertility, strength, and healing. Today, science has confirmed that what our ancestors believed wasn't just poetry, it was medicine hidden in fruit form. A simple way to add pomegranate into your diet is through a diabetic-friendly yogurt parfait. Take half a cup of unsweetened Greek yogurt, Sprinkle in half a cup of pomegranate seeds and top with a tablespoon of crushed walnuts. This snack provides protein, healthy fat, and fiber, which together blunt the effect of natural sugars on your blood sugar. For best results, try chilling the seeds before use. Cooling them slightly not only makes them more refreshing, but also slows down digestion a bit, which leads to steadier blood sugar release. Portion control is key. Stick to about half a cup of seeds per day, which costs around $2 to $3 in the US depending on season. One important caution: if you're on blood-thinning medications such as warfarin or certain blood pressure drugs, consuming too much pomegranate juice could amplify their effects. Whole seeds are generally safer, but always check with your doctor before making it a daily habit. Pomegranate isn't just a fruit, it's a protective shield for diabetics, lowering inflammation, improving insulin response, and defending the body against long-term complications. And while this fruit is a symbol of paradise, the next tropical choice, guava, might surprise you with just how powerfully it balances blood sugar and protects your pancreas. Second on list, guava. If there's one tropical fruit that deserves the title of natural blood sugar stabilizer, it's guava. At first glance, its bright green skin and pink or white flesh might make you think it's just another sweet fruit to avoid with diabetes. But guava breaks that stereotype. It's one of the few fruits with the rare ability to both satisfy your sweet tooth and actively help regulate your blood sugar. With a glycemic index of just 12 to 24 depending on ripeness, guava is one of the lowest among commonly eaten fruits. Its glycemic load for one medium fruit, about 55 grams of edible flesh, is only 3 to 4, which means even though it tastes sweet, it has minimal impact on blood sugar spikes. Nutritionally, a single medium guava provides just 37 calories, 8 grams of carbohydrates, and a whopping 3 grams of fiber, which is 12% of the daily value. It also delivers over 200% of the daily value of vitamin C, 12% for potassium, 8% for folate, 6% for copper, and 5% for manganese. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant that reduces oxidative stress on pancreatic beta cells, helping them secrete insulin more efficiently. Potassium stabilizes blood pressure and fluid balance, while copper and manganese support enzymatic pathways crucial for glucose metabolism and nerve protection. With this nutrient package, guava is far more than a sweet fruit. It's like a multi-nutrient supplement wrapped in natural flavor. What makes guava especially unique for diabetics is its fiber type. The soluble fiber slows sugar absorption in the gut, preventing rapid glucose spikes after meals. At the same time, its insoluble fiber promotes better digestion and gut health, supporting the microbiome, a hidden regulator of insulin sensitivity. This dual fiber effect explains why research has shown that people who ate guava regularly experience fasting blood sugar reductions of up to 25%, alongside improved cholesterol levels. In fact, one research study on guava leaf tea found that participants lowered their fasting blood sugar by 23% in just 12 weeks, showing how powerfully guava compounds work inside the body. But the benefits don't stop at blood sugar. For the heart, guava's potassium and antioxidants improve vascular flexibility, reduce LDL cholesterol oxidation, and lower the risk of arterial blockages, a major concern for diabetics. For the kidneys, its anti-inflammatory compounds protect the delicate filtering units from high glucose damage. Nerve health also gets a boost. Guava's B vitamins and antioxidants calm oxidative stress that often leads to neuropathy, the painful tingling or numbness in feet and hands. Even vision benefits thanks to guava's carotenoids like lycopene and beta-carotene, which shield the retina from diabetic retinopathy damage. Skin health is another overlooked benefit. Because guava is one of the richest sources of vitamin C and also provides copper, it stimulates collagen production, helping wounds heal faster and strengthening the skin's barrier against infections. For diabetics who often struggle with slow wound healing, this is not just cosmetic, it's protective. Guava helps reduce the risk of skin ulcers and infections that can arise when blood sugar remains high for too long. And there's more. Respiratory health, which is often compromised in diabetics due to higher risk of infections, also improves with guava. Its vitamin C and lycopene reduce inflammation in the airways and strengthen immune defenses. Eating guava regularly can lower the frequency of respiratory infections like bronchitis or even help calm asthma-like symptoms, giving diabetics stronger protection against seasonal illness. Here's a myth worth busting. Some people believe guava is too sugary to be diabetic-friendly because of its taste. The reality is quite the opposite. Guava's high fiber and low glycemic load mean it not only avoids raising blood sugar significantly, but also helps lower it over time when eaten consistently. Here's a fun fact. One guava provides twice as much vitamin C as an orange, making it one of the richest vitamin C sources on the planet. For diabetics, this isn't just trivia, it's protection, because higher vitamin C levels reduce oxidative stress in blood vessels, helping to prevent long-term complications like nephropathy and heart disease. A delicious, diabetic-friendly way to enjoy guava is through a chilled guava salad. Dice one medium guava with the peel for extra fiber if it's tender. Toss with a squeeze of lemon juice and add a sprinkle of chia seeds. This combination delivers vitamin C, fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants in one refreshing bowl. For portion control, stick to one medium guava per day, about $1 to $2 each in most U.S. grocery stores, to get the benefits without overloading on natural sugars. Here's something to be mindful of. Unripe guava, while lower in sugar, can sometimes cause digestive discomfort or constipation if eaten in large amounts due to its very high tannin and fiber content. For diabetics, the ripe but firm guava is the sweet spot. It maximizes nutrients while keeping digestion smooth. Guava isn't just a tropical snack. It's a metabolic balancer, a heart protector, a skin healer, and even a shield for your lungs. And while this fruit feels like nature's vitamin pill, the next fruit, pears, brings its own gentle sweetness and a unique type of fiber that works like a slow-release sponge for sugar, making it one of the most underrated fruits for diabetics. Third on list, pears. At first glance, the humble pear doesn't look nearly as exotic or powerful as pomegranates or guavas. Yet for diabetics, this gentle, juicy fruit is one of the most underrated secret weapons for blood sugar balance. Despite its soft sweetness, pears have a surprisingly low glycemic index of around 30 to 38, and their glycemic load for a medium fruit, about 178 grams, is only 4. This makes pears one of the safest fruits for diabetics to enjoy daily without worrying about dramatic blood sugar swings. A medium-sized pear provides about 100 calories, 27 grams of carbohydrates, 6 grams of fiber, 21% of the daily value, and 1 gram of protein. It also delivers 12% of the daily value for vitamin C, 8% for vitamin K, 7% for copper, 6% for potassium, and 4% for magnesium. What stands out is its fiber content. Pears are one of the highest fiber fruits, especially rich in soluble fiber known as pectin. This type of fiber forms a gel in the digestive tract that slows down sugar absorption, acting like a natural slow-release system for glucose. For diabetics, that means steadier energy, fewer cravings, and protection against sudden highs and lows. The fiber story goes even deeper. Studies show that pectin from pears doesn't just regulate digestion, it also feeds beneficial gut bacteria that play a role in insulin sensitivity. A healthier microbiome has been linked to improved A1C levels, reduced inflammation, and better appetite regulation. One research study found that people who consume pears regularly experienced an 11% reduction in fasting blood sugar and improved insulin function after just a few weeks. Beyond sugar control, pears bring healing power to many areas affected by diabetes. Their vitamin C and copper protect the kidneys from oxidative stress, while potassium helps control blood pressure, reducing strain on both the kidneys and heart. For nerve health, pears provide antioxidants that calm free radicals and reduce the risk of neuropathy. And because vitamin K is present, pears also support vascular health, lowering the chance of blood clots and protecting against stroke risk. But pears aren't just about stabilizing blood sugar. They also quietly enhance fertility and hormone balance. Their folate supports ovarian function in women, while their antioxidants reduce oxidative stress that damages sperm in men. Combined, these effects improve reproductive health, which is often disrupted in diabetics due to poor circulation, oxidative stress, and blood sugar fluctuations. The brain is another surprising area where pears help. Rich in flavonoids and antioxidants, they improve blood flow to the brain and protect neurons from oxidative stress. Since diabetes is strongly linked to cognitive decline and memory loss, pears act as a protective shield, helping to preserve memory, focus, and mental clarity as you age. Weight control is another benefit that makes pears especially valuable. Because of their high water and fiber content, eating a pear before meals has been shown to naturally lower daily calorie intake. In one research study, people who ate pears consumed 200 fewer calories per day on average and reported feeling fuller longer. For diabetics, this natural appetite regulating effect is powerful. It not only supports weight loss, but also improves insulin sensitivity, reducing blood sugar spikes throughout the day. Skin health also gets a boost from pears. Their vitamin C and copper support collagen production, which helps wounds heal faster and reduces the risk of diabetic skin ulcers. The antioxidants also shield the skin from infections and irritation, which are more common in diabetics with poor circulation. Here's a myth. Some people think canned pears are just as healthy as fresh ones. The truth is, canned pears often come in sugary syrup, which dramatically raises their glycemic load and cancels out many of their benefits. For diabetics, only fresh or gently poached pears, without added sugar, deliver the true healing power. Here's a fun fact. Pears contain natural compounds called sorbitol and fructose, which act as mild natural sweeteners while being gentler on blood sugar than table sugar. This is why pears have been nicknamed nature's sugar with a safety lock. One of the simplest diabetic-friendly recipes is a warm spiced pear bowl. Slice one medium pear and gently simmer it with cinnamon and a splash of water until tender. Top it with a spoonful of unsweetened Greek yogurt and a sprinkle of ground flaxseed. This recipe provides a comforting dessert-like treat that's high in fiber, rich in antioxidants, and low in glycemic impact. Portion control is simple. Stick with one medium pear per day, which usually costs about $1 to $1.50 in U.S. grocery stores. Something to be mindful of. Pears are high in fiber, which is excellent for most diabetics, but eating them in excess, especially with the skin, can sometimes cause bloating or mild digestive discomfort. If you're new to high-fiber fruits, start with half a pear and build up gradually. So pears may not have the striking color of pomegranates or the tropical flair of guavas, but their gentle sweetness hides powerful blood sugar-friendly secrets. Fruits diabetics must avoid. When people are told to eat more fruit for health, the first reaction is often to load up on sweet, juicy favorites like bananas, grapes, or even dried dates. But here's the hidden truth. Not all fruits are friendly for people living with diabetes. Some fruits are loaded with quick-burning sugars, and without enough fiber to slow them down, they cause blood sugar spikes that can stress the pancreas, damage blood vessels, and increase the risk of diabetic complications over time. Let's break down the fruits that sound healthy, but diabetics must avoid or eat with extreme caution. Bananas, especially when they're very ripe, are one of the biggest culprits. A medium banana carries a glycemic index of around 60 when overripe, which means it acts more like white bread than a fruit in your body. It delivers about 27 grams of carbohydrates and 14 grams of sugar, with only 3 grams of fiber to slow things down. For diabetics, that translates into a quick sugar dump into the bloodstream, leading to glucose spikes, insulin overproduction, and eventual crashes. Many believe bananas are a safe source of potassium, but the same mineral can be found in better options like avocado or spinach without the glucose roller coaster. Grapes are another fruit that many diabetics snack on without realizing the danger. They may be small, but that makes them deceptively easy to overeat. Half a cup already contains 15 to 16 grams of sugar and has a glycemic index near 60. Because they lack much fiber, grapes send sugar rushing into the blood quickly, which not only raises glucose, but also increases triglycerides, putting extra strain on the heart. And while red grapes are rich in resveratrol, the dose from a handful of grapes isn't enough to outweigh the risk of repeated sugar spikes. A better alternative would be berries, which deliver antioxidants with far less impact on glucose. Mangoes may be a tropical delight, But for diabetics, they're one of the sweetest sugar bombs. A single cup of diced mango contains nearly 23 grams of sugar with a glycemic index of about 55. That combination is dangerous because it raises both blood glucose and fructose load, which damages the liver and contributes to fatty liver disease, a silent but serious complication that diabetics are already prone to. Many people think it's natural sugar, so it's safe, but for someone with insulin resistance, sugar is sugar, natural or not. A safer tropical fruit option would be guava, which provides sweetness with fiber and a glycemic index below 20. Pineapple and watermelon also fall into the eat with extreme caution list. Pineapple has a glycemic index of 65, and watermelon is even higher at 72. While both are refreshing and hydrating, their low fiber content means the sugars flood the bloodstream quickly, leaving diabetics vulnerable to glucose spikes and nerve damage if eaten regularly. And perhaps the biggest landmine of all, dried fruits like raisins, dates, or dried figs. Drying removes water and concentrates sugar to dangerous levels, making one small handful of raisins equivalent to eating a candy bar. A quarter cup of raisins packs over 25 grams of sugar, with virtually no water or fiber to slow digestion. So while fruits are healthy for the general population, for diabetics it's all about choosing the right ones. Bananas, grapes, mangoes, pineapple, watermelon, and dried fruits belong on the avoid list. Instead, stick to lower glycemic choices like apples, guava, berries, or pears, which offer sweetness with fiber, antioxidants, and blood sugar-friendly benefits. Now you've seen the difference. Some fruits can heal your body like medicine, while others act like hidden sugar bombs. Every choice you make matters for your blood sugar and long-term health. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Diabetes Healthcare for more life-changing tips. And tell me in the comments, which fruit surprised you the most today?